Alright, Mad Step, Nocturne vs Viego. Full clearing up. Ashy sees us, everything looks normal. Full clear, full clear, full clear. Alright, crossing through mid. Alright. We win this 1v1, so we use Insta E. Follow his flash. If he flashes over, we'll kill him. Okay, Lulu shows up, but it should be enough. You have MF here. Nice, kill him. Alright, perfect. Do Raptors Krugs in the base. Based on 1500, beautiful. Awesome, God base. Wolves and Tech Romp. Looks good. Now we have 40 seconds of free time, so we can look top or mid. Camille's picking tops, I would look. I'm not saying run straight top, but obviously if you look, GP is playing a mobile champion. GP has no dashes. He's playing way past the line. Camille's target pinging. Camille also has a lot of CC. She has Camille E. She has Camille ult. So you have a laner with two different forms of CC gank setup. You have an enemy laner who has immobile and pushing. So again, I see there's no reason to just ignore top. I'm not saying run top, but if you see GP's like super playing aggressive or like half HP, then why not go top? It's not like we want to force fights without our Nocturnal ult anyways, right? And so, okay, we think that he's going to do Dragon, so we cross to stop him. He actually is on Dragon. This should be really good, potentially. Akali's first, though. It's a 50-50. I mean, it just flipped. Like, maybe you win this fight. I think you are stronger than Viego because you got the early kill. But again, Nocturne's not really, like, spiked till you hit your 6. I really think that this is, like, super. You're just forcing the, like, okay, Dragons are OP, don't get me wrong. But it's just coin flip. Like, if we look at, when you probably die, you probably press tab. So I'll pause when you press tab to show you. Hopefully you press tab. Oh, wait, like 10 seconds? Oh, okay, nice. Oh my god, you're spam. Oh my god, motherfucker. Alright, let's compare it, right? Like, jungle is pretty same, like recurve is 700, this is 950, so 950 to 1200, so yeah, you're slightly stronger. Mid is 2 health crystals to fucking, you know, like, it's just like some shit components, like, your laners are stronger. BF sword to recurve, bro. So I'm not even like blaming you to think like, oh, like obviously you're all stronger, why wouldn't we fight? But it's also like, oh, there's like prios and stuff, like, it's harder for, like, for, I don't know, it's a solo queue. I know it sounds like a really shit excuse, but like they, it's one of those things where enemy team, they seem to be on the same page. All four of them know that we're playing for Dragon. Akali is just giving mid wave up and coming. Ashe is giving up bot wave and coming, and your laners are not. Nivea wants to kill his bot wave, mid wave. MF wants to kill his bot wave, so we're slower. So they're stacked as 4, and we're just walking one by one by one. I think your tunnel vision on the actual Dragon here. I actually agree with you that your champs are stronger because you have an advantage on Viego, MF has an advantage on Ashe. So you have to understand, when you're decide to fight this dragon and your logic is, oh, I'm fighting this dragon because we're stronger, then you're not fighting to steal the dragon, you're fighting to win the fight. You're fighting with the logic of, I'm going to give them the dragon, but then they are going to all die afterwards. And then I ask you, dragons are OP, but if you do 4 deaths or 3 deaths for a dragon, what's worth more? These deaths are worth more, because the idea is, by getting the kills, you're going to guarantee the second dragon because you're going to be so much stronger than them in gold and XP and items and blah blah. So I think if your logic, I think your two options is either just do a very easy trade. Again, I think this GP is probably guaranteed dead. Camille ult, Camille E, GP's pushing. He's probably somewhat low. After this, you could probably go take his Krugs or something, right? Or option B is play to fight, not to steal, not to run in the pit and try to 50-50. Play to just sit here, spam assistance flag, spam on the way ping, walk with your Nivea, let MF connect, and then take this 44. And with your jungle advantage and your 80 carry advantage and your mid advantage, you'll probably win this 44. You'll lose the dragon, but if you kill them all, get scuttle, maybe take his bot camps afterwards, get level 6, then with that gold and XP advantage, you'll guarantee win the grubs, because you will be stronger than Viego even more than you already are, and Nivea will be stronger than Akali even more than she already is, and then you're still just trading dragon for grubs, which is a somewhat even trade, and then you'll also make sure to fight the second dragon, you know? I think when you play too fast, again, I think this 44 is winning, but your team never got to play 44, because by the time Anivia and Miss Fortune came to the fight, you're already dead, so your team is now playing a 3v4, right? So I think you're just playing this fight way too fast. I think your tunnel vision, I think is very common. Your tunnel vision on the dragon, you really want to steal it, but I think if you just waited for Anivia and Miss Fortune to come, you could take the 44, and just win the fight. And if you don't like that, then please just trade. I think this look, Camille ended up solo killing GP anyways, but if you were there, you'd get an assist, and then it would be even easier, you know. I think as well at this point, don't open to Raptors, open to Krugs. Grubs in a minute. Our top laner is 2-0. Just go Krugs to Raptors, and just clear up like this. Okay. We get level 6. And now we're playing the trade. It's so weird. Before you wanted to match them, like before you're like they're on dragon. I'm not gonna trade. I'm gonna match. And now you have a 2-0 Camille. You have now you're spiked. Now you're Nocturnal. So before like pre Nocturnal 6 is pretty shit, but now you're spiked. And your top laner is your strongest member, and now you want to trade instead of fight. This is like perplexing to me, you know? If anything, it's like the other one was kind of 50-50. This one is like 60-40. Like your top laner is stronger than their top laner. If you press tab, you'll see that you're still stronger than their jungler. Again, you're actually spiked because Nocturne spikes at level 6, not level 5. Uh, so this is kind of weird to me. Like before, you're like, I'm not trading. I'm gonna fight dragon, and now you're like, I'm not fighting grubs. I'm gonna trade. I think it's completely ass backwards. I think it makes way more sense to trade the dragon than it is to trade the grubs. And now this Viego decided to come and defend his bot camps, but I think you just gave him a free opportunity. He could have done all 3 grubs by now. It's already 8. Look, it's 8:23. It takes at the very least he would have taken 2 if he just full hit them. So I think you were. It looked like you were giving grubs for no reason. Now you decide to fight them. Thank God. But that was I don't like the idea behind that. Now let's full clear down. I hope that makes sense to you. We see in bots, we take his top camps. It looks good. Kumo dies as we're on our way. Unlucky, and happens. Dragon's 30 seconds. Base for item. Or base for as many items as you can get. Unfortunately, we're super close to the item, but we didn't get it. Happens. This is the last guy in the world you are ever ulting. My like list, like you were playing Nocturne, champ select Nocturne, Jarvan, Vi. You press tab level 1 or loading screen or champ select or whatever the fuck, and you see who is immobile, who has dashes, who has invis, and that's why ult, right? This game they have Ashe and who's their support? Lulu. Ashe immobile, Lulu immobile, Ashe no speed ups. Lulu has a speed up technically, but it's bullshit, right? Look at GP. GP no speed ups. GP no dashes. Then we look at Akali, has an invis, has an E, has 2 dashes with her ult. Akali is the only person in this entire game you can basically never ult unless you see her use her W, her E, and her ult, right? This is the last person you ever ult. You could just go bot right now, ult an Ashe or Lulu, who is again a mobile champion, kill one of them, basically guaranteed, and then you'll just get free dragon. You can never ult this guy in a million years. If you're playing Nocturne or Jarvan or Vi, just check to see their immobile carries, and that's your ult target for the rest of the game. You just completely wasted your ult, and now this dragon's probably unfightable. I see no reason why the 33 bot wouldn't go well. If we look at the items, let's look at the items. We have uh, your AD carry has BF sword, longsword to double dagger versus 2 components. Like this is 1200, this is 1300, right? This is 700, this is 500, 850. Your AD carry is up in every type of component possible, right? Um, I see no reason why you cannot fight 33 bot. And for some reason, again, if you don't want to fight 33 bot for Dragon, that's fine as well. We can trade with 3 grubs and just kill this GP with ult and then just get the entire top tower, right? And get us and Camille fed, and then with our individual leads, we'll then win the next Dragon fight, you know? And get first blood tower for feats, right? But you wasted our ult mid, so now we can't even trade to the GP side. So either A, use your ult on their immobile bot lane to win the dragon fight, or B, use your ult to trade across the map. Look at how aggressive, again, immobile gank playing, because he's playing under our tower. We finally noticed him. He's been doing this all game, you know? So you have to be either way faster, way better at matching for fight, or better at say trading. This entire game you're not really doing either. Or like here right now, smite this. Diego's entering his top jungle to check his camps, and you could just gank right now. You just saw the minimap. Camille just eat in. Camille's ult coming up any second now. Why not go for this gank? You know, I know Diego's top side, but you saw Diego walk like this. He didn't walk like this. You have to actually pay attention to the direction he's walking. You know. Um. Okay, I guess I'm wrong. Actually, I take that back. What the fuck? Anyways, you get the point though. The point still stands. It's the principle. Like this, Camille started the game 2-0. You've left her on an island. You haven't ganked or played for her once, and this GP, every single time I look at the map, this GP's playing like a psychopath. I know the one time you wanted to come, he got solo killed. I know mistakes happen, but besides that one time, it's a 13-minute game, and you look top once for 40 seconds. The Camille messed up the one time, and now since then you said never going there again. So I don't know. I don't know what your decision making is when it comes to who am I playing for, who am I ulting, but I think it's out of whack at the moment. Okay, let's watch this fight. Ult at the very start of the fight. All right, it looks a bit messy, but it worked, not bad. As a habit, the second the fight starts, you just ult. Like right now, if I'm you, I just ult. I'm not saying to use my R2, but just turn off the lights, and they're gonna be so disoriented, they're gonna have no idea what's going on. They're not gonna see Anivia, they're not gonna see the MF ult. They're gonna be blind, getting hit by fucking nowhere, you know. It's really anytime you get enter this fight as Nocturne, it's just gonna happen. Just instantly use your ult, and it just disorients them, you know. We run to top to do Herald. Wait, doing our top camps, waiting for ult to come up. Looks good to me. MF dies. Happens. Don't think that was your fault. This guy should die though, so it's fine. Yeah, it's completely worth. Now we pull Herald. Yeah, I mean again, yeah, I mean, this is the only guy you can ult. I don't know how you didn't learn your lesson from when you did it mid. Like this guy will just never die to it, bro. He has too many dashes and invis. Look at him. It's just not happening. You've had what 3 ults this game, and I think 2 of them have been completely wasted on this guy. Every single time you ult, an Ashe or a Lulu or a Gangplank should die. That's how you should see it. Anytime you ult as Nocturne, and a mobile carry should die. That's it. All 3 of those champs are mobiles. They have nothing to help them avoid Nocturne ult. And you have not used it on either of those 3 once this entire game. You used it on Akali twice and a Viego once in the jungle fight. This is the entire point of picking Nocturne, by the way. This is why the entire point of picking Nocturne over like a Viego or over like a Sejuani or over like a Kindred is just the ability to be able to dive on their backline. That's like the entire champion's appeal, right? Is to be able to ult on an immobile carry and just take them out of the fight and trade map well. You have not done that once, so you're just not using your champion strength. You are a squishy diver. See, boom, do it on Ashe, she's dead. No counterplay, she just dies. Who would have guessed, you know? It's that simple. You did it on a champ that literally cannot flash away or avoid your damage. Like that was beautiful. Boom, instant 2-for-1 trade. You know. So that was good. But I know I think this is the early game's done, and the only thing like I think the only most important thing for junglers is the early game. And for the early game, I think you need to align your matching and trading mindset. When do I match? When do I trade? You match when you're stronger. You trade when you're weaker. A lot of times you're like again the first dragon you matched and you're just 2 televisions on the dragon. You could have just again you could have traded top instead, or if you're gonna again if you're gonna take the fight, play for the fight, not for the steal. Then after that, you wanted to give the grubs. When you were stronger topside, you had a 2 Camille. Obviously, then you end up getting them anyways, but that's off the enemy jungle's mistake, not because you played it well, you know. And ever since then, you just wasted your first 2 ults. When I think the map awareness is another thing to think of. Like I didn't see you could have ulted Ashe or Amethyst, Ashe or Lulu this entire early game. You could have ulted the GP and farmed him. You just kind of lost your opportunities. You know, if you're scared of Viego, then if you see a Viego bot, instantly go top and ult the GP. If you see Viego top side, instantly go bot and ult Ashe. He can't cover top and bot at the same time, you know? So anytime he's here, go there. If he's there, go there. Again, anytime you ult in the mobile carry, they should just be dying. But this, like, boom, you ult the GP here, he's probably gonna die. Because guess what? He has no dash. He has no way to run him from you, you know? You could have been doing this the entire, like, the last 2 ults were both on Ashe and GP, and they both died to it. 2 ults on Akali, he didn't die to either of them. Yeah, you're catching the pattern here, right? It's so this is good. I mean, even if you only take one thing from this VOD, and that's ultimate while carries as Nocturne, that's already you already win games off this. Boom, another fight where you ult the Lulu. That's the third guy I mentioned. I said Ashe, Lulu, and GP. So now you ulted Ashe once he died, you ulted GP once he died, you ult Lulu, boom, he dies again, and now you're on the GP afterwards. And look, the GP dies again. See how like the cause and effect is so obvious looking at it now. Boom, and then wow, this is the first team fight we won, and guess what? You know, you and Camille dove their backline. Their immobile backline, who has no counterplay to Camille E, Camille ult, Nocturne E, Nocturne ult. That's why I said I think you could be playing with this Camille the entire game. Like this guy has such good setup for you. You're both divers at the end of the day. You're both Champs that excel at diving immobile, no CC champ. Boom, another fight, you dive on their Ashe and he's just dead. So imagine if we're doing this early game, so these champs never get out, like these champs are behind the entire game, and you'd get yourself fed doing this, and then have an individual lead where you could use that to get the dragons, to invade the Viego, to do stuff like this, you know? So I hope this game should be like a really good game to show you, like when you do what I say, like it works. Obviously, you didn't know I said it, so you're just doing it yourself. But it should be such an obvious cause and effect that you could take into future games, as like a learning lesson. Because now we're going to mid late game as Nocturne, and so this champ is like super useless mid late game. Nocturne doesn't scale to anything, so it's really your job. It's funny because the champ doesn't do anything pre-6, but so he's like a level 6 to level like 10 snowballer. Like this is the part in the game where Nacho wants to just the game to break. He wants to snowball the fuck out of this game from this point on. He gets level 6, he just starts spamming ult on immobile carries, and then that's how he snowballs the game. When you get pre-6, the champ's useless, and this level 15 area when you're 3 items, he's kind of useless because he can't really. He doesn't have the damage now to like solo kill squishies when he dives on them. Not really think there's too much you could have done this fight, to be honest. Besides Wing the Lulu ult, because you kind of just got one shot after you got the CC'd. I don't know. This one the game's kind of over. They got Baron. They're stacking dragons. Again, Nocturne doesn't really scale much. Your job is just to spam ult on people on side lane and try to get picks. But again, you're just kind of descaled. So I don't know. I think the big takeaways from the early game, think about matching and trading more, and think about your ult usage. Who is actually killable with your ult, who isn't. And I think that should be your biggest takeaways. If you have any questions, you could DM me on Discord. My Discord is Chat Jungle. But yeah, hopefully that is helpful.